Hello, everyone. I'm Rob Smith from Smiths in the Black, and if it's Tuesday, it's the Strat Attack show where we hop in the urban assault vehicle and we go see what's going on. So, SPY, we had the 3-2 day down, but for the most part, you got to use it multiple time frame analysis because you're still inside weak. You're red, but you're still inside weak and nowhere near taking out either side. So, we could go back and forth very easily because if you look at the monthly here, it's almost back to a doji doing nothing, right? So we have earnings coming out, so that's good. So we stick on stocks that, when those come out for gaps and stuff like that. QQQ here, and look at that on the month. It's doing nothing. So if you go to the week, still handling inside week here as well. And here daily, took out yesterday's low, so we've had 2 down days to start off the week, and SMHers has been the leading charge there on the way down. We'll get to that in just a second. If you go to the Dow Jones Diamonds, we got that 3-2 day down, but once again, here still handily inside week, still handily an inside month. So we'll let these earnings come out because small cappers getting ridiculous now. Small cappers just stuck in months and months and months. So we had to have XLE. Still trying to come up for the month. Stalls out just a little bit for the day, but we'll see how that goes. We know those energies have been strong. We've gone through that over and over again. So we start off this week. If anything, we got some Solar, and you got Run and Run here, taking the hammer week 2-2 back up through the previous range. And it's 1 bar rev strat on the month here, inside, and then comes back up. So if we look at like Sedge here, and you can see this going 1 bar rev strat month, took out the lows and the highs, and here's how that was set up this week. It was real nice here. You know these guys? Here's my support level. This is support, is it? Boom, stop them out, and then bam, back to the previous range. FSLR. Also coming up just a little bit. We'll see how that goes, but it is following through from last week's 2-1-2 reversal. Still going, hits the magnitude, but we're going to watch all these together. You got Sun Power here, Sun Power inside weak to the upside, and inside month to the upside. Sun Power, CSIQ here, potential outside month. Takes out the one side, 1 bar rev strat coming through. And once again, nice weekly. Stop them out, and then boom, back to the previous range. So we can watch all those kind of guys. If we go to this LEU, picked up, we got exhaustion risk on this thing. But I like to look for anything that's nice long and green on the week on a Tuesday, right? And that certainly is. So we'll see how that goes. If we go to Zscaler, and Zscaler, on the week, here the 2 down, 2-2 reversal here for the rest of the week over 274.24, right? And you're there right now. If we go to, and you see, this is a nice setup here too. The 2-2 on a Tuesday and a rev strat. Inside day on Friday, pokes down yesterday, but was great. And then boom, 2-2 reversal, takes it up, and if that works, it triggers that week, and then potentially an outside month. Here, Zscaler. If you go to crowd strike, in the crowd, inside month pokes down, but coming back and going green. So it's getting close here. I think it peaked a little bit above it, but this is what you'd want to see here. You want to see the crowd strike over 253.77, right? So it backed off after doing it. So we'll see if we can get back through there. If we go to car. Oh boy, Avis has just been screaming here. So yeah, it's an exhaustion risk going into the highs, but certainly one to keep an eye on when they triangulate out because you got nice ranges in there to trade. If we go to net, nothing but net, and it did its job from that weekly 2-2 reversal here, and still going. So it did what it was supposed to do. It's a matter of whether that keeps going or not, because now you're into exhaustion risk by going into the highs. If we go to NRXP, look at this. 3 weaker, but this thing has been a lot higher. It's been up at 70, and so we were watching this today because here, boom, back through this previous range, and it's been up at 70. It's back to what's 11. But today was a nice 2 down, 2 up day. Boom, time to hop in, find your way in there. get yourself an inside 30 at the end of the day, and boom, off she goes. If we go to Coop, and Coop had a nice day here too. The 2-2 on a Tuesday. 2 down by taking out the low, 2 up. These two become an outside bar of that. And if that works, you go to your weekly, and you'll see this. The 2 down, 2 up reversal week above 230, 269. So a nice little move there, and still good for the rest of the week. If we go to Sophie, Memer for the ape. Inside week to the upside, SoFi. So that's still good. Just a little exhaustion risk. Took out all these guys. So we'll see if that follows through, how that goes. If we go to Hubs, oh boy. And this thing backed off at the end of the day. But look at this day. You're probably going to have some other bar problems trying to get out of here. But whenever you see something like this, we know we have a huge range. And so you might have some good setups to go after in there. And you can see that weekly was just perfect. Obviously, so that weekly, it's just perfect. Triangle day out, stop all these guys out, and then boom, reversal and explode. So we'll see how that moves around. If we go to Octa, and still inside week, but we can see if some of these things start to continue to reverse, like we've been seeing, like these other ones I showed you, and that would be a 2-2 reversal if it get above this. 237.45. So you got a lot of room on that, but you can keep an eye on that level. CRM. Potential rev strat week. Inside, then pokes down. Pokes up a little bit and then backed off, but later in the day. But we can see this. Setups above 279.50. All right, so you're just about there. And if we go to AXSM, out of the ashes she goes. And this thing has been a lot higher and got decimated, but now this is inside month to the upside. 2-1-2 reversal. If you go to that weekly, here's the continuation. 2 up by taking out previous high, 2 down, and then boom. These two become an outside bar of that. So I'm going to see if we can stay out there, stay into that gap, and keep coming up using that monthly. If we go to IFF, Flav, inside week to the upside, and that is 3-1-2. Outside, inside, boom. So we're still looking to take at least magnitude of 143.75. If you go to VFC in the retail, and had a 3-2 weaker, outside week and coming up, and this is another, used to be somebody who's been a lot higher and just had a real nice day today, like so. So we'll see if that can keep a coming. If we go to MGM, and MGM, inside week to the upside, boom. Nice day today, and you can see that inside weaker break, and then off she goes. And so we've got that, so that tells us, of course, LVS here, slightly inside weak to the upside, win. Here, just Momo Hammer back up, so we can watch those together. If we go to Prague, little guy. Prague, inside week and up, and inside month and up. Here, and it's been a lot higher. So we'll see. We've had a few really high volume days in that thing. And you can see that boom and then exhaust a little bit, but it does have both those signals still there. So I keep that on the radar. We go to General Motors. General Motors goes inside day and still 2-1-2 reversal month. Inside month back to the upside. If you go to Helmrich Payne, and this is still an inside month to the upside. You watch that with the OIH, and we'll see if all those energies that we've been watching for a month and a half now start to heat up again. If you go to Upwork, 2-1-2 reversal month, back to the upside here, so long as it's above 52.29, you're there right now. On the downside, we know we got a bunch of earnings coming out in the banks, and Wells Fargo, not doing much on the month, but on the week, does slightly take the inside week down, but we're going to wait for a bunch of those earnings to come out. If we go to the telecommunications boys, ooh, AT&T, look out. Finally flushing the toilet with the inside month to the downside. Verizon also getting pounded here. TMUS also having a real rough one after this 2-2 reversal month here. And this is what you like to see, that follow through once you get that reversal. Because when people ask me, can you swing trade? It's a strat. I'm like, you bet you can. If you get that monthly reversal here, you don't got to cover. Boom, just let it keep puking. right? Just let it keep puking. If you go to Amgen, oh boy. Amgen, we've known about this one too for a while. That shooter counters hammer, 222 on the month, still puking. So you got a little exhaustion risk by going into recent lows, but you can see that choppiness here and then finally accelerating a little bit today. We'll see if that continues. We also, like I said, the SMHers having some problems here. And SMH, you can see the nice red day there and also on the month, taking out last month's lows. So that's something I'd want to know about. And so you've got, on the monthlies, you got KLAC, Strat month to the downside. 1, 2, 2, back to the downside, LRCX, inside month and down. You got MU, inside month and down. We know we've been watching this Marvell here because that was the winner. But we got this big broadening formation to keep an eye on now. It didn't fall apart. It came down here, but we'll see. Because there's microchip and there's all that kinds of phones over there still going. And for tomorrow, AMD stayed inside day, and so did NVIDIA. So that might be a good clue on how those guys are going to play out. We also had news from Apple after the bell, some delay in the production of their phones. So maybe Apple upsets the apple cart a little bit more. We'll see how that plays out in the morning. If we go to CTXS, puke. Did we know about that? We sure did. We sure did. That was in the weekend vid. Monthly Strat. 1, 2, 2. Where's it going? It's going to take that out. Hopefully more. So far it is. If we go to ATVI, and you got yourself a little inside week and down. Not totally falling apart just yet, but we know that we saw TTWO rally and EA rally here. And now starting to fail a little bit. And ATVI went nowhere. So not a surprise to see that to the downside. If we go to Deckers, and Deckers inside weak to the downside. All right, that's red on the month, so obviously you can watch that with some more retail. Go to TREX, Trex, and here's what we look for: the old 322 outside month poke up, and then boom, these two could become an outside bar of that, and hopefully more. Really got slammed today here, so we'll see if anything more comes to that disaster. If you go to John Deere just having a rough couple days here. The inside day and down to start off the week, and then another down day. And still inside on the week, but getting there. We'll see if that takes that out. And, of course, you've watched that with Cat. And this is potential an outside week for Cat. If we go to NTNX. NTNX not doing much this week, but here on the daily, you got an inside day, and if that starts to get her going, this monthly is still the shooter counters hammered. Triangle day out, 2-2 reversal to the downside. If you go to DRI, and not doing much on the month, so be aware of that, but you are slightly inside week to the downside, inside week. So we'll watch that with pandemics, and usually that trades with something like an EAT here, and we'll see how that goes. And you can see get more break out of that. If we go to GILD, and GILD, red on the week, still inside though, but that has our attention because it is still inside month and down here if they start to come in after the bios. Moderna here, Moderna, still an inside week in green, so just be aware of that, but it is 2-1-2 reversal month, so always be aware of that kind of stuff. If we go to RBLX, still inside month to the downside, however this week firming up a bit, so be aware of that. But if you can get that full time frame back to the downside, that daily, well, we'll see how that goes. If we go to RVNC, smoked. This is what you like. Triangle day out, boom. Pivot machine gun through those guys. And that gives you the inside month to the downside here. Wipes a bunch of these guys out in one shot. So we'll see if anything more comes of it. But certainly a nice long red bar to keep an eye on. And last but not least, W. And W is Wayfair's an inside month and down as of right now. So we can continue to look at that. Also goes Momo shoot on the day here. Potential more pain and suffering. So we got a lot of earnings come out, so we're looking forward to that. Always like to anything that's going to spike some volatility and give us some more action. But broader averages, a little quiet. A lot of these things we're playing day by day, watching sector rotation, watching, the strength and weakness of those sectors and then individual names, while the broader averages kind of sit here waiting for all the earnings to come out. All right, that's going to do it for today. I'm Mr. the Black, Strat Attack.